Discord. All right, guys, we are back. I got Brandon. He is hard to get a hold of. He's so busy. His brain is just exploding with details and information, and I got his time and attention. He doesn't even know what we're going to talk about. I said, just show up. We're going to talk about stuff and things. So you can see it right here on the screen. So for me, we're here, but my screen's over here, so you're going to see me going back and forth. We're talking Brandon Phillips shirt, BP Cobra Commander. Where did that come from? How did that start up?
That was actually Garage Games 1, I think. Was it Garage Games 1?
I mean, we're gonna say yes now.
Because it was where we did that long chipper where we had to like walk-in lunges up the hill, and it ended with all the burpees and all that.
Yeah, I think that was actually before it was called 1. I think that was one of the originals.
I think it was just Garage Games.
I remember that because you started and never stopped. And we were all like, what the hell is that? What is he doing? And you just the whole entire workout kept going, and off to the side, we're like, you have to put the plate down to sorry, it was overhead lunges across the around the that little circle bit to get back to the start or finish.
Up the hill, around the circle, and then go to power snatches.
Yeah.
Then you had to carry a sandbag, then you had like 50 wall balls, then you had like 50 burpees. There was like 75 or 100 wall balls.
Did you have was it a blue shirt with a red Cobra Commander? Is that what it was?
Okay. And so after that, I started wearing that for like every finals event, no matter if it was like the games, regionals, whatever. Like I always wore a Cobra and the Cobra Commander shirt, because then it was just like a fun thing to have.
I mean, he was just fighting for the right to make the world whatever he wanted. Why was G.I. Joe trying to stop that crap? I mean, we all want to make the world in our image. Why was it so bad? I don't know. So you've got this shirt right here. So guys, he's going to put it back up on his Shopify page. And when I get the link, when eventually he gets me the link, wink, wink, right? Give me the link. I will put it up here. You guys can support Brandon in his world with this cool OG BP Cobra Commander shirt. It'll look something like this, whatever he designs. I mean, my designs are like stick figures. So you never want me to design a thing. You want somebody else to do this. So he's going to put that up there. I'll get it linked back up. We'll put it in all the places, and you guys can help support Brandon in his quest to take over the world in the way that he wants. Right? I mean, he might shoot some blue lasers.
The quest to share with the world, not take over the world.
Okay, good. I like you've settled down a bit in your wisdom, right? As we get older.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So at a guess, I actually have this shirt, but I think we printed it off sometime, or you printed it off, or I bought it or something, or you went to the games and we bought some shirts to help support the games. It was way early on when nobody got paid anything and you had to like pay for everything yourself to get to the games. And I want to say the shirt was like a deep blue, and then the red, eventually as I washed it, started turning pink, and we're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Now we had t-shirts, and I think there was some shorts that are still out there to some lucky people. But
was that the days that we were all wearing those longer board shorts?
Yeah, the long board shorts, the fight shorts.
Was that a two-pood thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a two-pood thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still exist. They're still around.
Yeah, they do mainly weight belts now.
Yeah, that's an easy one to ship around.
Yeah, they're not so much in apparel. They're a lot into weight belts and stuff. So good for them. Good for them.
Yes. What about, do you remember that one group, Sick Fit?
Sick Fit?
Sick, like barf, like sick. I think it was SICFIT. Sick Fit?
I don't remember them.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, I know he was big for a while. I feel like it was like Jeremy Teal, maybe? No, that's probably not it.
Jeremy Teal out of Texas. He was a top 3 games guy like 2009.
You see all these gray hairs? I mean, I can barely remember your name. It's like Mikey, right? I would be surprised if that was the actual name. Okay, so guys, if you want a BP shirt, it's coming back out. He's going to get the Shopify link. There are stories. We're going to go back and dive into some of the OG stuff, make it pull back some of the nostalgia. But the other thing I wanted to ask you, let's see, where is my notes? Okay, so Charles had a good question. One of our other guys that are helping build this out, him and Justin are doing all the secret stuff, like the automation and software that you and I can't do. What he said, hey, what do you actually need to have in your home gym to actually that would make sense to be part of this? He said, could grandma do it with like a dumbbell? I'm like, nah, grandma with a dumbbell is not who we're like helping. So what would you say is like some of the gear or equipment that you should probably have?
Pretty simple layout. Barbell, some plates that you can throw around, a pull-up bar, and maybe a few dumbbells, 50s to 35s, if you're in that RX to almost RX range, or 35s to 20s.
Yeah, we're talking like 15 pounders for me.
Yeah, I mean, even I've had some people in the past I've worked with at home that have those expandable dumbbells, that range from like
Oh,
5 to 50 pounds. As long as you don't drop them, you can use them for anything that we do. And a
right.
lot of people don't think that, because they make them a lot better now than what they used to. Like nowadays, you can do like dumbbell snatches with certain ones of those, as long as you're careful with it. But as long as you don't get a really cheap pair, but you can use something like that right there. Big things, rowers, a bike, something like that. That right there will help you out. But then again, everything that we do with a rower, if it's a 500-meter row, you can run 400 meters, 1,000-meter row, run 800 meters, like all that stuff. Just that's built as a tool. It doesn't have to be like an absolute necessity. It's just an aerobic event during a workout. If you have a jump rope, that's good for double unders. But other than that, like, you can do a lot. You can get very fit with a very minimal amount of equipment.
No, and that's true. That's like I tell people when I travel, if I work out, which isn't usual, but if I do, it's like I just go into the hotel's gym and they have a rack of dumbbells that mostly nobody ever touches. My warm up is I just grab the first pair of dumbbells and I do 10 thrusters, and I just keep going up until it gets kind of heavy. Then I'm like, okay, the workout started, I guess, and I just keep going until I can't. And then I keep doing some more, and then I go back down, and that's my cool down, and that's it. So just with like it's dumbbells at a gym or at a hotel, you can make this stuff work. Okay, so I think if you're going to do the strength days, you want a barbell.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to focus on the build section, you're going to need a barbell and possibly a squat rack. I don't know how many people can power clean and jerk a bar overhead to their back that can do what they can do for squats. But you probably
If you can, you're a weird person. I mean,
yeah, you're an anomaly.
I want to see your picture of your body makeup because it's going to look interesting.
So that right there, yeah. If you're doing the build, you want that. The endurance work, honestly, you could probably get by just with running, because you're going to have running in there 3 to 4 days a week, probably of some type, or at least you can do a running.
On the endurance side, or just that piece of performer, any of it, when you're in a climate or maybe weather pattern that's just not permitting running. Like, I mean, I can see somebody up in like one of those really far northern states like South Carolina, and they're like, yeah, it's too cold up here, I can't go outside because South Carolina gets really cold. And so you may want a rower or a bike. Now, here's the thing. If I had to pick between a rower and a bike for function, I would pick a rower because it emulates kind of what we're doing. But I like a bike because almost everything we do is core to extremity. And so a bike gives you extremity, and that's not something we normally train. And it just gives you a kind of a variance that's non-impacting on your joints. Kind of feels like running, but isn't core to extremity. So I would probably buy a bike first, even though I like rowers better.
Yeah. What kind of bike would you get?
Oh man, that's a good one. So here's the thing. In the gym, I definitely need, like, we had the old assault bikes and we rode the crap out of them and they fell apart. It was just too many moving parts. So I am a huge fan of when Rogue makes a bike that is like a tank. And I've got guys that can like do 30 calories in like 30 seconds, maybe not that fast, but I mean, they will power it down and the bike works fine. So I think if you're in a gym, you really need a Rogue Echo bike or something that's tank-like. If you're at home, it's your bike. It only gets ridden when you ride it. You don't have to be a jackass on it. So you can kind of like maybe get away with anything. What do you think? What would be the better option for a home gym?
I think it depends on what the person's goals are. So like if the person is really strong and has really strong legs and they can keep that Echo bike, pretty high revolutions, because a bike is meant to be like high RPMs. Like if you're riding on a bike, if I was riding a bike, I want to keep my bike like 80 to 90 RPMs, if not more. And that's revolutions per minute. Then the gear ratios, as you know, an Echo bike, it feels like you're riding through mud. But if the bigger you are, the stronger you are, the more you can push it. Now the assault bikes, I really like those because you can keep a high RPM on those, and it's more of an aerobic workout than like a strength limiter workout. That's like an Echo bike, or the C2 bikes. I love the C2 bikes because you can get the damper setting down to like 1 or 2, and you can really hammer that thing out, or you can put it down to 10 and feel like you're running uphill or biking uphill. So for me, I really like to see two bikes, just for a home use. And then if you're a big, strong person, the Rogue Echo bike is really good. If you just want like a great workout for alternative source, I'm kind of like an assault bike guy. I have one not at my house, but at the fire station. I got an assault bike there. And it's really good for there because we have guys for all different ranges of ability. And so they can get on there. I can have a guy that's fresh, not new to, or is not used to that type of fitness, and tell him to go to work. I like the other day, funny story, I had him do 50 calories for time. Now I gave them 2 minutes to get it done. And out of 5 people, two finished. The other three got like anywhere from like 30 to 40 calories. But if they'd been a Rogue Echo bike, they'd probably be down like 20 or 30 calories because just it's a different gear that you got to pedal at.
That's
So it
actually a
just
good point.
depends on the needs and who the individual is.
So I'm going to change my answer. This is why we have Charles and Justin on the team, because they think of things that us meatheads will never think of. Charles said, well, why don't you just do a Facebook affiliate, Amazon affiliate page, and then tell people what they should get and they could just buy it through you and support that way. I'm like, huh, yes. Why don't we do that? So I guess my new answer is going to be whatever link that Charles is able to get, you should buy that one. Support. No, seriously, go buy whatever you want. That's not what we're here for. Well, I mean, it's kind of what we're here for, but we're here to support you guys. On the bar, I think I would tell people just go with a normal like Olympic bar. It doesn't have to be fancy. I definitely would not go for like $1,000 bar. We're not that awesome. But
Right.
you definitely want it to be Olympic. You need it to spin. You don't want a power bar, because the difference in those, and some people don't know this because CrossFit gyms never have them, is a power lifter bar doesn't spin. That's why they're cheaper. Don't buy that.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
if you do buy that, when you go to clean, let go of the bar so it doesn't like torque you
yeah.
to the next state.
You definitely want a ball bearing bar. That way you can take it apart and you can grease it up, lube it up, and then keep the spinning on there for a long time. I tell you, I found a really nice barbell set. I know a lot of people love Rogue. I like Rogue. I've used Rogue before. We've used everything from the really cheap bars to all the way to the Eleiko bars. You know, like I've got my hands on just about every single bar that you can imagine. And for our gym, we got some Get RX bars.
Okay.
Bars. And for the price, and for the longevity of them, like they are really, really solid. They are
Yeah.
solid bars. I had a buddy of mine. He ran a fitness store down here, and
Is
he
this
was
it?
yeah. He was like,
Okay.
you won't regret it. And he goes, these are like the same quality, but a little bit cheaper than the Rogue bars. And he was absolutely right. Like they are solid, solid bars.
I think this is who I bought my wall ball covers for. So something you can do when you trash a wall ball and they start splitting the seams is, yeah, this is it. The wall ball cover. So we would, instead of buying another wall ball, we would just get a cover and slide the wall ball into it. And
Ooh,
yeah, no, this is beautiful. And it looks like a brand new wall ball. I mean, it's just a ball with weight,
just a ball.
right? So put it back in and make it do the thing again.
I
And
have
rather than
not
buying
seen
a,
this. I have a few wall balls. I need to do this. I am glad you showed me this.
yeah, this is good. This was a
Absolutely.
man who, so look, everything I've ever done that's good, somebody else told me. Anything that I've done that's fallen apart, it's what I thought of. So if you find something from me that was like, oh, that's good, so I'm going to claim it as mine, but really it came from somebody else. So I am a thief of good methods. I'm totally into borrowing and stealing, and if I can give credit because I can remember, great. But again, all this, I'm like, I don't know who said, but yeah, these RX ball covers, I think if I remember right, you could buy them in a pack of 10. And I think I've got one left. I think I've covered a whole bunch of them.
That
Anyway, it's
is,
an easy way to kind of go, okay, so I didn't know. So I had emailed them about these coverings and they're like, look, come back to our website in a few months. And I totally forgot, but we're going to have a whole new sort of offerings. Because I think if I remember right, they really didn't have a huge offering, but this right here is pretty tight. I'm gonna have to explore their website.
yeah. No, their barbells are really, really good. They're Olympic barbells. They're solid.
See if I can find those on here a little bit. Well, I'm sure I can find them on there. All right, you guys know how to click through the internet. You guys go look at that stuff. Okay, so if you're looking for good programming, it's gonna come right here. Well, whichever where Brandon is, he's right below me in this video thing. Brandon's got all the wisdom. Right now, we are we're doing what's called minimal viable product. So we launched the thing without being totally ready. Actually, the lawyer said we could launch, so we're good on that. But we're building as we go. So if you guys would like to participate in the building of this Garage Fitness Online, then and guide us into what it's going to become, get in early. I mean, literally, we've only been open for business for like a week, and people are already starting to join. So get in the ship. We're going to do some cool things. We are. I'm reaching back out to my old buddies from the Garage Games where Brandon crushed everybody, and we're going to revitalize some of that OG stuff because why not? So one thing we have coming up is going to be the Worldwide WOD Gym Resolutions, which is something we used to do at the end of the year to kind of bookmark how you've done. It's the same 3 workouts all the time, and you do them whenever you want, and then put your score in. We just rank you across the world. There's no judging. There's no all that. I mean, just put your score in. Try not to cheat, right? And we're going to bring that back up. And we're going to do a lot of other things. It's just going to take time to make it work. But if you want to direct us as well, I mean, hey, this is community. We want community-driven stuff. Maybe not for the programming, that's what he does, but all the other stuff, I'm just making it up as I go along.
No, like when it comes to programming, like if you need, like I know what my role here is programming. So if we need to make better videos on like weekly training breakdown videos or like how-to videos, or if you need more direction inside of the workout page, put it on the Facebook page, email us, get in contact with us. That way, at least I know how to get better for y'all.
That's on my list. You can't see my list because it's blurred out, but it's on my list already. I haven't made it down there yet. My first thing was take care of all the things I didn't know would break that are breaking. I think, but that is on the list. So eventually you guys will get weekly, daily, whatever videos. Right now, I'm just pouring in content that we're repurposing from everything we already do, either from our gyms to you or from this into our gym. So it's just, have fun with it, create entertainment. Again, when you build a community, you just start and see who shows up. And then we start aiming down the roads that you guys are interested in, which hopefully is health and fitness and trying to be harder to kill. And maybe, I just did a podcast on looking better naked, which is, I think, what all of us want. So I'll put that in there tomorrow or the next day so people can watch or listen to something about looking better naked, which I don't know. I haven't been to a nude beach in a very long time, maybe ever. So I don't know that you really need to look too good naked, but who doesn't want to, right? Right? All right, cool, guys. If you got other questions, email us, put it in Facebook. Find us. You guys know where we're all at. I'm, well, I guess right now you can find me easy, Andy@CrossFitGarage.com. Brandon's email is probably very similar.
Brandon@CrossFitBound.com.
Weird because we have gyms, but we're doing this for those that don't, because everyone needs to be held accountable. And sometimes when you have your own gym, going to your gym at 5 a.m. sounds great, but then it sucks because you're by yourself. And so we're going to try to fix that stuff. All right, guys.
Or you keep things really simple. I'm a very traditional guy. And so training is not complicated. It should be very simple.
Yeah.
And you don't have to learn some crazy new movements every week.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, there's fundamentals, and that's where we're going to come from. All right, I'm going to figure out how to stop recording and in this video. I don't know how to do it. See, this is the part. Oh, there it is right there. All right, so you guys be good. I'm going to end the recording now. No? Now? Now.